Right.
For example, this Khabib.
I was going to ask you, what do you think with Khabib then?
His style is quite crazy because the way he uses leverage and leaning and diving, even the UFC, Joe Rogan and all the other commentators, they don't understand exactly what he's doing.
And it looks very simple. He ties the legs up. He just ties those legs up, sort of comes across in kind of side control mount.
But he's using every part of his body to control the opponent. He's leaning, he's shifting the shoulder, he's waving. There is one thing within grappling many people don't understand. When you squeeze, you burn out. But when you wave and start dancing with the shoulder, with the head and melt, then you terrorize the guy. You take the soul out.
And you're not burning your arms out or isolating your own limbs.
You can stay there for a long time.
Yeah, it's almost meditative, isn't it? You start. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I was going to ask you about Khabib because his style, when we were talking about sort of adapting to striking, which he seems to be doing better and better, but he doesn't get carried away with the striking. He can strike, but he's not looking to stand there all night. He just knows that, when the opportunity comes, he's going to grind. His
strength is not the striking. Of course, he can prevent himself and also give back, but he's trying to keep the distance, have the right time, and then he glues to his style. And once he glues on you, that's what the principle he sticks to: wave, melt, shift, and he monitors you. It's very important to monitor your opponent when you grapple, when you wrestle, when you fight, because a lot of people sometimes they fight, but they try. When you get carried away using strength and craziness, you forget to monitor the guy.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get away, and then he takes over. But he glued to you, he gets into the right spot, and then he waits. For what? For a reaction.
Yeah.
Once you get a reaction, he moves to the other side. And he just follows up.
Yeah.
And his style is not to submit you, is not to knock you out. His style is to wear you down.
Yeah, just drain you.
Exactly, to exhaust you, to put you into deep water, to make you doubt yourself. And then it's not that he breaks you through like physically, he breaks you mentally. And once you're broken mentally through exhaustion and tiredness, and you cannot carry away with anymore with this one, and you.
That's interesting you put it that way, because the fight that comes to mind was there was two. There was not Anthony Johnson. Fucking hell, it's going to evade me now. It got was it an Americana or a?
Yes, yeah.
I forget. It'll come to me. But he
when he talked to the guy, he said you have to give up.
Yes, please, What's fuck, I can't remember. But
anyway, he
hung in there, but he was just. And then was it Barbosa? Not a couple of fights after that when he fought Barbosa, and there's Barbosa sat against a cage, kind of like
he was
trying
like
to
a
ride
movie.
it out, and he was like, "What is fucking happening?" And what I found, which you've kind of just answered there, strange, was that even the commentators, everybody watching is saying this is just difficult to watch because he's being pummeled, he's just being smashed, he's being ridden and waved, like you said, but he's being struck, he's being hit with elbows and forearms and hammer fists, and
he paralyzes the.
Yeah, but he's not smashing them to the point where they're concussed and they're broke. It's almost like it is a mauling. It's like a bear mauling. He's getting smashed to pieces, but kind of, it's almost like slow drowning.
He wants to send a message to his opponent. For example, he says, "Look, I am in charge. I control you. You cannot do nothing about it," because he uses his hips, his knees, his shoulders, his elbows, his ribs, every part of his body to twist and to kind of Chinese burn your body. For example, you mentioned Barbosa. This guy was stuck like a mummy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this,
literally just trapped.
Yeah, trapped, and he just allow his head to move to the right. He sees the coaches, move to the left to see the referee. That was all. God. Out in desperation.
And then you say mentally he's just.
You're broken. And look, to be able to apply this to such a high level athletes, elite athletes, that's unbelievable. Because when you see Barbosa, the way he jumps, the way he spins, the way he moves, in other fights, you think, when this guy don't want to face, but what Khabib did to him and to all others.
Yeah, pretty much everybody, yeah.
It's crazy. Now it's going to be interesting on Saturday to watch him against Justin Gaethje.
What do you think? How do you? Because that's, in fact, there's an example of somebody I was thinking about who's got a good, solid wrestling pedigree, but hasn't seemed to use it yet. He seems to just be an all-action, come-forward striker since he's been in the UFC, at least.
I think both of them are quite tough opponents. Justin Gaethje is a dangerous opponent, and to be honest with you, it's hard to predict this one, but I think he cannot cope up with Khabib's pressure. I mean, today I watched some things on YouTube. They had a press conference and quite humble. It's nice to watch.
Yeah,
as well,
it is. It's a different scenario.
If you compare to Conor McGregor, it was a bit ugly, but that's part of the business, part of the...
Yeah.
As Conor said to Khabib, it's just a business, but man, you gotta have the limit, you know?
Yeah. But like you said before, the balance of then seeing a nice press conference where the guys are, they're tough,
nice.
they're ready.
And one of the guys, I read the comments, he said, man, I've never wanted a fight where both guys I want to win.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting, but whoever takes it is gonna be good for them. I hope Khabib does take it because his style of grappling is different, and according to me, maybe he's a bit mentally tougher. I don't know. Maybe that's only my thought, but I look forward to watch the fight and see how they get on. But I think it's gonna be hard for both.